It's red hot.
Hello.
Hello.
This is the best trick you'll ever buy.
First, you introduce your prediction and place it under an object. I always use a spectator with a Rubicon ball, but you can use a spectator with a brick, a spanner, a baby, or anything you want.
That card. And I'm going to leave that. Can I place that under the bottle? Is that alright?
Yeah,
so you know I'm not
of
going to touch it or anything like that. I'll leave it right there.
Then, the people you're performing for pick any number between 1 and 52, and then you deal down that exact amount of cards and stop on the card they select.
6, 37, and there is 38. I can see this card. You've arrived at 38th card. The 8 of diamonds. That is exciting, right?
Yeah.
Then you reveal your prediction, and it matches perfectly.
My prediction is here from a different packet of cards. And that card is also the 8 of diamonds.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Then you knock 'em for 6.
Every single card is actually
Oh. That was a plot twist.
yeah. Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Plot twist. I wasn't expecting them to all be blank, so I've not seen one of those tricks before. Absolutely amazed.
Plot twist.
And they can check 'em out.
Exciting.
Have a look. Here we go.
Ooh, that's good. That was good. I like that one. I was surprised. I was. Exciting.
Yeah, how was that?
That was good. I think that's a wrap, Joel. Just be careful, the edge is right there in front of you, so yeah. Right, Brill, thanks ever so much. Oh! Oh shit, Joel! Joel! No. Oh, no. No.
Alright.
Are you sure?
Here we go.
We're on. Hello, everybody.
No idea. Technical issues.
Sorry about that. That was my fault.
He's not had his tea and biscuits yet. You know what I mean?
Got the name up.
Yeah. And the coaster. How good was that? Did you see that levitation?
Oh, yeah.
You ready?
We're going to be releasing that soon.
Yeah. Be all right. Be £550. You'll
Plus a little bit of tax.
you'll have to make all the gimmicks yourself.
I'll provide your own materials. Hey, how you all doing? Let us know how you're doing. Drop a little comment in the comments box. Let us know you're doing well. If you can hit the share button, that'll be wonderful. Hit the share button, then that'll be great. How are you, Andy?
I'm really well. I'm good. I'm all right. I need another haircut. It's getting a bit longer, and I'm keeping the beard. I think. I don't know. It's getting longer.
Keep the beard. It looks
You think so?
Yeah, I think
It's why it makes me look my age.
you're 40.
All right, don't tell everybody. Yeah. Oh, talking of birthdays, Joel's birthday today.
It is.
We had a discussion last week. Couldn't decide how old he was. So
35.
well, we opted for the younger one. So we might as well.
I knew I was 35 or 36. I just one or the other.
Well, I'm going to do it next year. I'm going to go. I can't remember whether I'm 40 or 41 or 50 or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a number.
Exactly.
It is. I think I'm going to identify as a 21-year-old forever.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
every birthday.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
We had a great guest last week.
We did, John, last week.
Yeah,
That was
brilliant.
amazing. He was. I think we said last week, didn't we? He takes some of the knuckle busting stuff out of magic, but still creates really nice, wonderful magic. So
Yeah, keeps it streamlined and simple. And,
Yes.
and a lot of it was really direct. You were particularly keen on his thought of card routine.
Yeah, that was really good. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Is it
So yeah, it was good.
Mm.
So you all right?
Yeah, I'm keeping good. It's my birthday, of course. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
He came round early. We made him special. I said, "What do you want for dinner?" And what did you say?
Spaghetti bolognese.
No, you give me two options at the beginning, didn't you?
Oh yeah. What was the first?
Sushi.
Sushi.
And I like him quite a lot, so I was tempted. I did say I'll make you sushi. I'd have made sushi for you today.
Right. Sushi next week.
It's like your birthday next week. You've no
It's my
chance.
birthday next week as well.
He'd like the Queen to get two. So what did you get for your birthday?
So far, I've got a cup of tea, plate of biscuits.
They
That's
are
so
for
far.
sharing, you know.
Yeah.
You noticed he
Oh,
kept them over
I'll
the
put them in the
side?
middle.
No, it's all right.
Go on,
Don't
you can
worry.
have one. We've got a good guest this week.
Yeah, well, he's a friend of yours. I don't really know much of him, really. You've told me lots of good things. We've discussed them in the past. And you said some of his ideas are they're so creative and he comes up with such unique ideas that there's nothing like it on the market.
No, absolutely not. Adam is going to be demonstrating some of the tricks for us today, and even some of the concepts. Like, well, I can't really give a good example, but if you take, for example, something that already exists in Magic, what Adam is really good at is creating new plots.
Okay.
Yeah, does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he comes up with new plots, new twists on things, and basically nobody does anything like Adam, because everything that he performs is his own stuff as well. He does a lot of stuff. We'll talk about it later on, but he does a lot of radio shows.
Okay.
He does a lot of radio work. So he'll go into different, I don't know, the BBC, local radio, that kind of thing, and he'll be performing over the radio for people.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then before you know it, it's basically read everybody's mind through the airwaves.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So is it real?
It's real.
Is he?
It's real.
Is he the one?
He is the real deal. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We've got a new little trick.
Oh yes, yeah,
Oh yeah. And
yeah.
it's really nice.
We did sort of. We were messing about with it for a while, and those that actually joined us with the VIP, we sort of did a very sort of basic version then, but we've upgraded it slightly, haven't we? And
yeah, and it's really nice. It's our take on the card to impossible locations, or somebody can name any playing card. I won't say too much. We've got a little video performance of it. Should we show it to people?
Yeah. Let's show everybody.
If everybody wants to see it, you're more than welcome. We'll show you it now. But it's so nice. It's called Easy Zoom.
Easy Zoom.
Easy Zoom.
You can perform it over Zoom.
You can perform over Zoom. You can perform it live as well.
Yeah, you can perform it on stage, parlour, that sort of thing. I know when we've been messing about with it, even sort of being a couple of feet apart, it's still really deceptive.
Oh, yeah. Should we play the video?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going to show you the little video now. If anybody wants to pick this up to stick it into your Zoom performances, we've got it on realworkers.co.uk. You can check it out on the homepage there.
Don't do it just yet, though, because we're going to have a big tweet. We've got a birthday. Happy birthday. It's feeling flush, don't
spoil it, darling. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Here you go.
Andy?
Yep.
I want you to honestly think of any card that you want.
Okay, I've got one.
You've got one?
Yep.
Okay, for the first time, what is the card you're thinking of?
The 8 of spades.
The 8 of spades. That's your choice, right?
It is.
This is the really weird thing. Have a look at this. This is honestly the really unusual thing. In this packet of playing cards, they're in new deck order. It starts with spades. There's ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but there's no 8. It jumps straight to 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and the only card that's missing is absolutely the 8 of spades. What do you think of that?
That's amazing.
That's pretty good, right?
Yep.
Now you're probably thinking, well, if it's not in the pack, where is it? But you see this glass that's been here all along, and it has been there the entire time, right? How weird would it be if this card is the 8 of spades?
It'd be amazing.
That would be amazing, and that is the 8 of spades.
Amazing. Well done.
£20 worth.
It's amazing.
How good is that?
I know.
That is awesome, right?
Well, I mean, it's that good. Still wearing the same stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That was literally the first take performance of it as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those that you can add into anything, really. We're doing more over Zoom if you want to start doing, because you don't even have to do it as a spoken thing.
No.
You could have a visual appearance. You could do all sorts, can't you?
Yeah. You can make the card visually appear. We've got a nice little thing where if anybody does have a vape pen, you can take a little bit of the vape, you blow it into an empty glass, and you shake it, and a card visually appears.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. There's other little things with it as well. You can do drawing duplication. So somebody can name something.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy enough. Yeah, easy
Zoom. Look at that for a link.
So yeah, it's just an all-round great idea of blending techniques together.
Yeah. And it's one of those that it's so easy to do. You can learn it within 10 minutes. You can perform it within 15.
Yeah.
And it'll fly every single time because it's not using any techniques other than what you know from cards anyway. And it's a few different techniques. As long as you've got a wine glass, you're pretty much sorted, really.
Right. Oh yeah. So there you go. That is Easy Zoom. It's a lovely little bit. There are more ideas that you can apply to it. So there we go. Yes, thank you, Gideon. Anyway.
So, yeah, I mean, we've been obviously asking you for different things over the last few weeks and that sort of thing, and who you'd like to see come on the show. We've had a few suggestions, so we'll try to get in touch with those and that sort of thing. But if there, like I said, any questions, anything at all, guest related, if you want to start and see somebody that, I mean, they don't even have to be somebody that we all know.
No, not at all.
I mean, the more we can bring people to the forefront and give them a bit of advertising and that sort of thing, the better, really. So, yeah, any suggestions, anything like that, leave them in the comments or message us direct. You can message us at ask@realworkers.co.uk and, you know, just have a suggestion. You know, if there's somebody in your local society that you think they're amazing, they've got such great ideas, anything like that, because it's good for people that are well established that we've had on.
Yeah.
But for people that aren't, it's a nice platform to obviously get the magic out to other people.
That's a really good point. Yeah. So anybody who you think has just got great ideas who you'd like to see on the show, like it might be a friend or somebody. Yeah, it's basically exactly what Andy said. If you know anybody who's got some great ideas that would like to share them, then this is a show that we can put them on and have a look at their ideas and chat to them and show the rest of the magic world what they've got
and work them as well. Even if you've got ideas that you want to work, leave them in the comments. If you're working on a coin routine and you think, if you just give us an outline, next week we could do 10-15 minutes working on it with you and that sort of thing, because that was the initial idea with this thing. That we'd work tricks and we'd work ideas with the community, so we could all sit with a deck of cards and go, right, okay, we're going to do this, right? So, and then somebody would suggest, oh, well, what about doing a pass rather than a table cut, something like that. So that was the original idea.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, if we're going to have any sort of longevity with this, getting you involved is our main thing, really. So
and it's how we started as well.
Yeah. So whatever you want to see, let us know. So anything at all, that'd be perfect. So we're going to introduce our guests.
I think we should do.
Yeah.
I've known Adam. He's called Adam Hudson. I've known Adam for I think probably around about 20 years.
Oh right. Okay.
He was a member of the Northwestern Society of Magicians. I don't know if he still is. I think he most probably still will be. He still lives in the same area.
Yeah.
But that's where we met. And he was the one guy who performed some absolutely brilliant magic tricks. And when I was really young, like 15 at the time, he just performed some great tricks. So,
There's one. I mean, I remember being a member of a few societies. The guy that would say, "Oh, look at this," and then he would go through and he would, "Are you okay?"
I'm just moving a bit. Sorry.
He's giddy. It's his birthday. What can you say? You can let him off, can't you? 1 week we can let him off. So but like I'm saying, there's always one, isn't there? I mean, I remember. Chris Stickland was a big influence for me at the Bolton Magic Society.
Right.
He taught me how to do my first proper double lift and a cut and different things. But yeah, no, it's amazing how you've come across people and what influence they have on you. So yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
that was a long-winded introduction, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, you're totally right. So this guy had that same kind of impact on me, really.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Shall we give him a round of applause?
Round of applause, show your appreciation. There we go.
Hey, lad, all right?
I didn't mean for you to be so small. I do
There
apologise.
we
All
go.
right. It's not the size. It's what you do with it, mate.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I've got a little something for you.
Oh, really?
I do. We've
Thank
got
you.
a cake.
You all sing happy birthday.
Yeah, I'll start us off. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joel. Happy birthday to you. I'll have to blow it. It'll set fire to my baby.
It's not blowing out. Oh, cheers, Adam.
Oh, it's all right. I'll eat it for you later. Annabelle made it for you.
Do we owe somebody some royalties now for singing happy birthday?
I think we probably do, yeah.
I was going to go proper to town. I was going to put Karen's wedding dress on and do like the Marilyn Monroe with like a bit of a fan behind me. But then we'd soon lose viewers.
If you want to go and get that, that'll be awesome.
I've got you a present as well.
Oh, thank you.
How nice is that?
It's all right. I saw it. You'll understand what it is. Do you remember that little card magic book that we both had? It was from Asda 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We learned the clock face card trick from it.
Yeah.
Well, I went into a charity shop just before Christmas, and I found it with the original decks in, unopened.
Oh my word! Look at that.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's your birthday
Thanks,
present.
Adam.
That's all right. Anytime.
Oh, look at that! So you've got biscuits under your card.
Couldn't ask for anything more. There's some brilliant tricks in that book.
I still refer to it now and again.
Yeah.
I learned the size 7 stack from it.
Right, there's an automatic card to pocket that's in there.
Right.
Which is really nice. If that's the same book. But yeah, cool. Oh, thanks, Adam. I'll have to come and pick that up someday.
Yeah, don't know when, but
save it till next year. It'll be all right for us. Re-gift it. It'll be all right for his birthday next year.
It's actually just a photograph stuck on a shoebox.
Yeah, you can get away with anything now, can't you? I've bought you this.
Yeah. That'll be so good. Cheers, Adam. Thanks for the photograph.
Guys.
That's brilliant. So, what have you been up to?
Well, Annabelle's in shielding, so we've been out to go for walks and things, but we've just got to be social distancing all the time. So I haven't been to work since March. But we're in quite a good position that Annabelle's been in homeschooling since February 2019, just because we've been in a transition to get her to go to a special school. So we're in the best place for everybody. So not a lot's changed when everyone went into lockdown. You know, this is what we've been doing anyway. So just pottering out. I work on magic every day. It's like it is my vocation. It's like my lifestyle. So lots of free time to just sit on my bed, listen to some music, and just I have. Where's it at? I've sort of around somewhere. This here. I go through 2 of these every year, and this is just like my notes. I just sit and just every time something comes to me, it's just like gobbledygook to you. When Karen sees it, she's like, "Have you ever seen that film, The Knowing, with Nicolas Cage? When that girl writes numbers and it's like sort of pointing towards the end of the world." It looks like that to her. She's like, "Right, looks a bit weird."
Excellent. Oh wow.
So are you always inventing stuff and coming up with things and always working on different plots and that then?
Yeah, all the time.
Right.
It's my lifestyle. It's what I do all of the time. I don't switch off from it really. I just
Okay.
one of my other than going in the stationers, I love going into charity shops and just like sort of looking at bric-a-brac and sort of thinking how can you incorporate that into a routine.
Okay.
How many books have you written so far, Adam?
I've written three that I've published, and I've got other routine. I've got a lot of other routines that are just sort of sitting on my hard drive that I've released as standalone effects. But yeah, the third one was quite hard work. It was like the first two were very, very quick because I spent 10 years working in, like, the reason not a lot of people probably know me in the magic world is because although I've been a magician for over like 22 years, I spent my first 10 years working in the education sector because I do a lot of things with numbers. I used to do a thing called like mathemagics. I used to work for a government funded scheme called Aim Higher, which is to try and get children that wouldn't necessarily entertain the idea of going to university to do that. So it's like a motivational thing. So I did that for 10 years. So the first two that I wrote, it was all the routines that I developed in that time. So they wrote themselves very easily. Like the third one, excuse me, was like an effort. Not an effort to write the text, but just to sit there and just to go about the action of writing the book.
Whereas originally with your original two books, you had all the material ready because you're out performing it every day. And
it had that novelty factor as well. When I'm writing a book, and that still spilled on the second one. But by the time I got to the third one, I was like, I'm writing a book. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Well, you've got a couple.
So
did
Did you do the illustrations as well then, or did you get somebody else to do the illustrations?
No, well, in the book it's just photographs, so that was myself. I just took a half decent camera and then just uploaded it. But the artwork, am I allowed to say names of who did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's James Howells. I think he's done some work for you, hasn't he, Joe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
James does a lot of work.
Yeah, so James, and he did this banner for me here. Well, my wife made me put this banner up because there's a bit of a stain on the wall. So she was like, if you're going to do it there, you have to put your little banner up to hide it.
I certainly appreciate you telling us all.
Can we see the stain on the wall now?
No.
So I'm going to use it in a prediction. It's a prediction for later. No, it's not. That's not true.
So you've got some bundle deals that you put together for us. As people know, when we have guests on, they put us little bundle deals together.
I have.
I've got them written down here. Can we? Because we've already spoke about your books. Can we have a little look at one of the bundles? All right.
Yeah.
Cool. This is your bundle 1, and this is your book bundle.
Yeah, that's right. So there's 3 books. There's the first book, which is Out of My Mind. That one here. This is hardback book. Normally that retails at £30. Well, all of the books normally are £30 each. These two, these are paperback, but they're still pretty beefy. There's like 150 pages in each. But so there's a bit. That's the latest one. That's all in the mind. That's the third one. That's the second one, and the first one is this one here.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's backwards, isn't it? So I'm trying to move it that way, and it's going that way. So the easy way to remember it, because I like using mnemonics, is just think about that joke, that what's black and white and red all over Adam's books. So what's black and white and red all over, and also because you read them, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
I use mnemonics all the time. We went to an online pub. Sorry, go on, mate.
No, sorry, I'm just interrupting. Sorry.
That's all right. Why change the habit of a lifetime, mate?
I was wondering if there's any chance of seeing anything from out of one of your books.
Yeah, I'd love to, mate. Yeah. Well, I'll start with something from this one, my latest one, All in Mind. Okay. So this is can I put Andy? Have you got a mobile phone on you?
I don't. We're using it at the moment.
I've got mine.
All right. Yeah, it's all right. Just what a calculator.
There you go. I've actually got the calculator up. I'll give it to Andy now.
Yeah, of course. Okay, Andy. This isn't the effect. Just because I heard you at the beginning. Were you born in 1979 or 1980? Because I heard you were 40.
1980.
Same as me. I turned 40 this year as well, mate. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, on your calculator, first of all, I want you to enter the day part of your birthday, like the day. So if it was on the 15th, you'd enter the number 15, or if it's the 2nd, enter the number 2.
Okay.
And then next to that, alongside it, I want you to enter the 2 digits for the month. So 01 is January, 02 is February, etc. Have you done that?
Yeah, done.
And then also enter the 2 digits, the last 2 digits of the year. So enter 80 as well.
Okay.
So that's made a 5 or a 6 digit number for you. Is that right?
It has, yeah.
Okay. Is it 5 or 6 digits?
6.
Okay. Because there are 7 days in a week, what I would like you to do is divide it by 7. So press the divide button and then the number 7 and then equals.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's brought an answer up on your screen. Because 7 is a prime number, the odds are that it's left a decimal answer. Is there a decimal point in the answer?
There is, yeah.
Okay, look at the decimal point for me and look at the first number that comes look at the first number that comes to the right. So the first decimal number.
Okay.
What is that number?
7.
7. Okay. What I'd like you to do, that's referring back to the days in the week. So can I ask you to look at the first 4 digits? Is there at least 4 digits to the right of the decimal point?
To the right of it, yeah.
Yeah, to the right. So the first 4 decimal numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, just focus on them for me. And imagine you walking up to an ATM machine. And you put your card in the ATM, and it asks you for a 4-digit PIN code. But instead of entering your normal PIN code, can you enter the 4? Imagine entering the 4 digits. Just in your mind now. Just imagine entering the 4 digits that come after. Is it 7142? I'm picking up on 7142.
No, nearly.
What's after the 7? Sorry.
7 1
You got that right.
4.
That was right.
The last one is not
3.
2. Yeah.
3. Yeah, it's rounded it up. It's probably because it's in like not scientific form. Okay, what I'd like you to do, can you press the divide button again for me?
Yeah, divide.
And now enter the number 143.
143.
Yep, and then press equals.
Yeah.
Do you know what 143 means?
No.
It means I love you. Sorry, I should explain. That's me explaining. That's not me admitting secret emotions or anything like that.
I love you too, Adam.
Thank you. And we've only just met.
I know.
I's got 1 letter, yeah? Love has got 4 letters, and you has got 3 letters.
Okay.
It was originally used by lighthouse keepers. So they used to blink it to ships that were coming in with loved ones on board. They'd like blink the light that number of times. This is in the time before text messaging. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the decimal point again for me, and look at the first 3 numbers that come after the decimal point.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try and see if I can pick up on those. I'm getting the number 999. Is that the first 3 numbers after the decimal, or what are the first 3 numbers after the decimal?
669.
Okay, but do you know why I'm getting the number 999? The next 3 numbers will make it 999. It will go 669, then probably 330. Is that correct?
It's rounded it up again. 331.
661. Okay. That's okay. So let me. Can I ask you to start at January and just read the month of the year out loud for me?
January, February,
Yep.
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Is your birthday in June? Is that correct?
My birthday's in. No, it's not in June.
Sorry, I've made an error, mate. I'm sorry. I think that because it's rounding up, it's making it off by 1 every time.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, that's okay.
So no, July. So you were close.
Yeah, no, that's all right. We'll try. We'll keep trying something. Is that okay? Just now,
Yeah,
I know
of course,
that it's not a scientific one. So, Joelle, we'll try this with you, okay?
Okay.
What I'd like you to do, obviously, I know that your birthday's today, so we're not going to use that one. So, can you think of a date in the year? Think of one that means something to you. So, it could be like a loved one's birthday, or it could be a date that means something to you in some way. But try and make it so that the day part is later than the 10th. So it's like the 11th onwards. Just so.
Oh, say that last bit again. Sorry.
So the day part's
Try and
late.
The day part is later than the 10th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you got a date? Have you got something in mind?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Clear everything off the calculator. We're going to create a number together first of all. Okay.
Yep.
Can you start with the number 98? Enter the number 98 for me.
Okay.
That's because 98 is the number for building. It's a number for growth in numerology. Then I want you to enter next to that, so it becomes a 4-digit number. Enter 2 digits, any random 2 digits. You don't need to remember them. Any, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So now you've got a 4-digit answer on your screen. Yes.
Yep, I do.
Now, can you end it with the number 1? Just even if there's a 1 in there already, just end it with a number 1.
Yep.
That's because 1's a number for self in numerology. Then can you press the times button or the multiply button?
Yep.
And then enter just the day part of this birthday first of all. So if it's the 15th, enter the number 15.
Okay. Yep.
And next to that, enter the 2 digits for the month. So 01 is January, just next to it, alongside it. So that's a 4-digit number. And then press equals.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Done it.
Okay. So it's probably brought up a large answer, yes?
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Good, okay. Just count how many digits are in the answer.
Do you want me to count them loud?
Just count them and tell me how many digits.
9.
So it's a number in the hundreds of millions, okay?
Yeah.
I want you to invest into this. The way you invest into it is I want you to look at the very first digit in the answer and mentally add it to the last digit in the answer.
So add the last digit to the first digit?
Yeah, the 2 end numbers.
Yep, done that.
What's the total of those 2 numbers?
2.
Okay. It's no problem. So I need to know, well, obviously, look at the second digit. I need to know what you sound like when you're telling the truth. And I know that you're telling the truth. So look at the second digit in the answer and tell me what is the second digit in the answer?
2.
Okay, now look at the third digit in there, but I need to know what you sound like when you lie, and I know that you're lying. So look at the third digit, but lie to me. Just tell me the answer. Lying.
9.
Now look at the fourth. I think it's the 4th digit now, but this time you can decide. You can decide to lie, or you can decide to tell the truth. What's the 4th digit?
The number 8.
Same for the 5th digit. You can lie, or you can tell the truth. What's the 5th digit?
2.
Okay, and then are you thinking of a date in January?
Yep. I am.
You're thinking of the 14th of January? No, the 13th of January.
Yes. Yeah. Very good. Wow.
That's amazing. How did you get that from that?
I have no idea. And I was lying or telling the truth. Wow. That's really good. That's amazing.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, I've got that to the left. Sorry about the first one. That was just, I didn't realise it wasn't, it's just because it was rounding it up.
Yeah.
But
oh no, I mean, to be honest, you were that close that, I mean,
Yeah.
I've no idea how you did it and got that close. I mean, you could easily.
Is it the 12th of July or the
11th? My birthday is the 11th of July.
Yeah. Yeah, that second one, that's called All My Days. That's in the White Book.
Okay.
But I was trying for a long time to get it to what I deemed as like what I pictured it to be in my head, and then because I have multiple sclerosis as well, so because of that I have a catheter bag, so it comes out my stomach. It's like a suprapubic, it comes out my stomach, but I get a lot of infections. So there was a time when I was in bed and I was burning up, like I was like 39 degrees, and it was to the extent that I was like being sick in a bag, and it was making me delirious. But because I was delirious, I was like, my train of thought was going all over the spot. So I actually wrote that. I was being sick in a bag and writing with my other hand. So
that's dedication. Word.
I had to write it down. I was like, that's it.
Gosh. So do you have a background in numbers then?
No, not at all. I failed at school. I failed maths, but that's not because I wasn't. That's just because I wasn't interested. Like in school, I played football for Sheffield Wednesday, like their youth teams, and that's when Sheffield Wednesday were in the Premier League back in the mid-90s. So I was a schoolboy, so I always thought that was going to be my field. I always thought it was probably a boyhood dream, but I thought I was going to be a footballer. But so in maths lessons, I just like gazed out of the window and just sort of daydreamed. So it wasn't until later on in life that when I started doing magic in 1998, and I started noticing like the principles. I was more in like enjoying the self-working things. I got to a level of card magic that I was okay, like doing sleight of hand, but I soon realised I wasn't going to be the best in the world. I was going to be an also-ran, if you know what I mean. Like I was still gigging, I was doing restaurants, but it wasn't playing into my character, or it didn't fit right with my sort of personal character. So I started exploring like the sort of mathematical side of it through magic, and then when I was diagnosed in 2000, I was 23 when I got told I had MS. So I realised that I was probably going to have trouble with like dexterity and like moving and things like that. So rather than wait till I got to a point when I'd struggle to do physical magic, hopefully that doesn't happen to that extent, but preventative cause, I started learning effects, which I started exercising my mind, so then I'd like to try and see myself as like a Charles Xavier out of X-Men, like this sort of like guy who's in a wheelchair but's got this mind that can just do these remarkable things. That's the superhero I'd be if I, So long with the answer, I didn't know.
I've got a question. Who is when you first started magic? Who was your favourite magician in your early days of magic?
Yeah, well, the first time I got a book from the library, so I was doing a sports course and I went in the library and I saw a book, Magic on Card Tricks, and that's what, because my football had ended and I felt like I'd lost my identity, I wanted something to replace it. Because people knew me as like Adam, he signed on for Sheffield Wednesday, and I felt, like I'd gone from hero to zero a little bit, which sounds a bit proud, and it probably is, but I wanted something that gave me credibility. So I started looking at like this magic book. I thought, well, I've got time. I'm going to put the time in, and that was Magic and Card Tricks by John Tremaine, which is like which is a big, loads of pictures in. It's like sort of. I've got 3 copies of it upstairs. That sounds strange, but I've got so many books. But I'm passionate about books, and I don't like. If I go in a charity shop and I see a book on magic, I have to buy it, even if I've got 2 copies of it, because I care about it and I don't want to see it sat there. So I've got 3 copies of that, and then obviously in 2000 was like when Darren came on the scene, and he couldn't help being inspired by what he was doing. So that opened my eyes to, because I was doing magic and I like had a foundation in magic, but then I started watching Darren and I was like, I don't understand this. And I think at first I bought into the whole that he was using subliminals and mind control, if you know what I mean. Didn't quite realise he was using the skills of a magician, but very, very well. So that inspired me.
You were suckered into his patter rather than his techniques.
Yeah, I think we all were, weren't we? Or just speaking for self. He was so slick, and it was so new as well. So then I started doing that sort of, not emulating, but I wanted to do this like a mind magic. I've always been inspired by, although he's not a mind magician, but René Levand.
All right, yeah.
Well, Argentinian guy with one arm, if you know what I mean. It's like, there's obviously been a time in his life when, I don't know his backstory, but he's obviously lost the arm. I don't know if he was born without an arm or he lost the arm. But if somebody went up to him at that moment in life and said, oh, you're going to be one of the best sleight of hand artists in the world, it's like, you know, you've got to admire this guy's, you know, he hasn't let his disability get in the way of his amazing ability. That inspires me. I love people that inspire me. Yeah.
No, he's amazing. If people haven't checked René Levand out, go and have a look on YouTube at his videos. Oh, yeah. His cup and ball with his rolled up newspaper is just amazing.
Yeah, I've noticed as well when he performs, he very casually, I'm not really on the shot there very well, but he'll very casually tilt his body away, so he's only using one arm, so there's no emphasis that he's only got one arm. So he's not saying I'm a magician with one arm and highlighting it. He's actually performing magic, and you don't actually realise that he's only using one arm.
Yeah.
And if you didn't realise that, actually, hang on a minute, he's only actually got one arm. That's why he's using one arm. Then you know it's even more impressive, isn't it? You've used your abilities, as you said. His abilities is one arm, and he's, you know, used that
but
to his maximum.
That's not his gimmick either, is it? He doesn't use it as a gimmick.
No.
He hides it, doesn't he? It's like sort of as if it's like he's just sitting so casually, and that's almost what you would do. He died about the last few years, didn't he? I think is it in about the last 5 years he passed away.
Something like that, yeah. I mean, I was fortunate enough to compare for Richard Turner, American bard magician, and
the visually impaired guy.
He's blind, completely blind.
Is he completely blind?
Yeah, lost it over so many years. I mean, he went from good vision to next to, and he's completely blind now. And I spent must have been 2-3 hours with him, and throughout the 2 or 3 hours, I swear to you, there were times I forgot he was completely blind. Just because the way he presents and the way he holds himself and the way he does everything else, I swear, because even when he's talking, he'll look at you, and so there were a few times when I had to sort of just check myself before, you know, because he was on stage and I had to help him on stage and take him off and that sort of thing, and I almost thought, well, he can come off on his own, and I thought, no, he can't, he's blind. It was honestly,
did you walk him onto stage?
Walked him on stage and talked to him.
Out of interest, did he give you any kind of guidelines of how to take him on or anything like that?
He said he wants to, when he came on stage, he wanted me to introduce him while he was sat on stage, and to get him off stage, he asked me to ask one final question, and then he knew that he'd got like 5 or 10 minutes left. So did that, and then when he was coming off, whenever I went anywhere with him, he wanted to control, so he put his hand on my shoulder. So So it wasn't me sort of holding him. He was in control.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you've not watched his documentaries on Netflix, it's amazing.
Yeah, brilliant.
Did he do? I think he did something like his black belt in martial arts.
Yeah.
While he was
friend with Chuck Norris.
Yeah, while he's still visually impaired. And
we've got a fact here.
Oh, go on.
We've got a fact from Jimmy Willis. Rene Levant lost his arm when he was 9 years old in a car crash. What was he driving his car for? I don't know if you missed that, Adam.
No, I got it. I'm just on a bit of a time delay. So.
Andy said, why was he driving a car when he was 9 years old?
No, I got it.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Okay.
That's all right.
Sorry. I apologise. Red and Levant, I love you. You're one of my... I've got his book here. It's
all right,
amazing.
Good.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing book. Yeah, I mean, he was one of the first magicians I got introduced to. There was him, there was Di Vernon. I've got Di Vernon's videos on VHS.
Wow.
Yeah, all of his.
So have you still got a VHS player?
No.
Oh,
no.
You can pick one of them for £5.
I found a guy. He had. He switches them to DVD. So
I
don't know. There's still.
Brilliant. That'll be good.
Yeah. Anyway, rambling on. Sorry.
Good, mate. Good. Good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, people are just saying.
Paul Sylvester, it's a great documentary, very inspiring.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's the Richard Turner.
Yes.
Documentary.
Caroline is saying it's Levant, spelled Lavand. If you're looking him up. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, even his image was everything. René Levant. He could speak quite well English, but he always had an interpreter.
Yeah.
So
is he Spanish or Portuguese?
He's Argentinian. Argentinian.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so none of the above.
No, I properly had a mind like that. But yeah, so sorry about that. Anyway, we're off on a tangent. So with the numbers, Adam, I've got to be honest. I love numbers. I think because depending on who you speak to, they're the building blocks for everything. Numbers and everything else. And I do a couple of effects where I use numbers for the card effects. I don't know how they work, but they do. So have you ever come across anything where you've done it time and time again and you've gone, how does that work? And then you've actually almost had to reverse engineer it?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure it sounds very sad, but I would see it as a night's entertainment to sort of sit there and just work on formulas, get the music on and just sit like... I don't watch television very much. I sort of think I'd rather use my noggin. You know, television's fake. It's like a box in the corner that just sort of gives far too many people a wrong sense of reality. And I'd rather exercise my mind or read. I'm reading for the second time Strong Magic by Darwin Ortiz. I've read it before, but I just realised how much I didn't take in the first time. It's just like it's no effect. I don't know if you've read it. It's no effect. It's just on presentation and the philosophy of magic. And it's excellent.
I imagine the more your mind moves on within magic and where you want to be in it, when you read that book again, it'll add almost a different context and meaning to the way you think. Yeah,
definitely. Well, I also. Oh no, I get it. Bring Out the Magic of the Mind by Al Quran. And I bought that book probably about 5 years ago. And I didn't realise it. I presumed it was routines. Go on, mate.
Right, what's the book called?
Bring Out the Magic of Your Mind.
That sounds good. That sounds like
I presumed it was like routines and effects. And I started reading it. I soon found it wasn't, and I dismissed it. And I wasn't ready to read it, and I just put it down. And then about 18 months ago, I picked it up again and started reading it, and it's amazing. None of it's like there's not a routine in it. and it's all about how somebody who portrays themselves with a magic ability should portray themselves to the public. So they should be well presented. They should have manners. You know, they should eat well. Like they should look after themselves. But it seems like that. Like these stories in there when he was really quite broke, hard up, and when he got some money, the first thing he did, instead of like sort of investing it in or property, whatever, he went and bought himself a very expensive suit. And although he had nothing, he made sure he sat and had coffee in luxurious hotels every morning. And that just brought about opportunities with clientele. And it's just things like that. And I was ready to read it. I wasn't when I first did. And it was really, really excellent read.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's across the board. I mean, I've got books in the past, and my skill level, and like you said, you're not ready to read them. You think you are, and you sort of go, and then you get 5 pages in, and you go, that's not for me just yet. Yeah. But then I find myself 10, 15 years later getting back to a book and going, right, I understand that principle now, and that's, and it weaves you into somewhere else. So it's a great book to have. I mean, I'm a bit like yourself. I treasure books. I think.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
There's nothing finer than, I mean, as well as books, I'm a bit of a comic fan. I like my comics. So
okay.
But again, reading them online, there's no soul to it almost. Yeah, you know, you can almost smell the history on the page of them.
Yeah, definitely. Well, because the Magic Society Joelle mentioned at the beginning, I still am a member. I actually have their library of books upstairs in with mine. So I've got like hundreds, if not thousands of books upstairs. And I picked up a book, a David Devant book, and I flicked to the first page and it was signed. I was like, my word, it's hand signed by David Devant.
That's brilliant.
No, absolutely.
So if you could pick one, if there was one book ever, if I said you can keep one book ever and you've got to get rid of all the others, what would it be?
Oh, mate.
I'm putting you on the spot, I know.
I know. It would probably be Head Tricks by Joel Dickinson.
Well, if everybody's people watching, they want to put in what their favourite books are as well, that'd be quite nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll have a think. Throughout the process of the show, I'll think it through and I'll try and I'll make a note for myself and I'll try and do it for the end. Book.
So while you're writing that, I'm just going to quickly recap something. So you've got your bundle deal on. We've had a little look at your book bundle, which has Out of My Mind, With You in Mind, and All in Mind. Oops, I got the wrong one on there. There we go. Out of My Mind, With You in Mind, and All in the Mind, and that's for £50. Basically saving people £40. If people want your book bundle, they can email you or pay you directly into your PayPal at magicads@aol.com.
That's right. And if people just want one book, because if people have got some of my work already, then I can do just one book for 20. I'm happy to do that for £20 as well. Okay. So if you've already got my first, this is my first. You've already got the first book, and you want the second or the third. They are standalone pieces of work as well, so you don't need to read them in order. So like this, you could read this. This is a lot of the work in this one is the long distance work that I've started specialising in. I've done a lot of work, like Joelle said, on radio. I've done like some pieces of work for BBC Radio because it's not done, is it? Like sort of, I can do things over the phone and or online. It translates well to just an audio-based audience. So and this has got there's an introduction in there with a few lines by Derren Brown as well. I had some contact with him about 10 years ago, but I read one of his books. I think it was. I've got his Pure Effect and Absolute Magic, but I think it was his first one that came out for the mainstream. Trick of the Mind, isn't it? It was named after a series.
Yeah.
And I read it, and because I have a faith, I'm a Christian, but I read it, and because I have friends that aren't, and I sit and have good. Mark Oberon's a good friend, and we have very different sort of beliefs and opinions. But I enjoy sort of sitting and talking to people. I'm not so closed that I don't, listen to other people's opinions, and that's what I emailed to Devon, because I'd read his book, and I wrote to him, and because it just made me realise that the reason I have my faith is just because I choose to. For no other reason. I choose to have that faith, and I'm allowed to, so I do. And I sent that to him. I think he liked that he was, and he responded. So, and then he was kind enough to have looked into what I do, because it was at the time I was doing the work in the schools, and he said, your school stuff sounds inspiring. So I said, oh, that's lovely. Would you mind if I can quote you on that? And then he wrote me a nice little paragraph as well. So that's in front of that. Nice. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it does. It makes a massive difference when somebody that obviously you're inspired by and that sort of thing actually shows interested in your work as well. Because I think what we forget is people like that still must have a love of magic. They still must want to, pick up at the latest book or read the latest thing or watch the latest magic as well. Because that's where we all started, really.
Yeah,
I guess
definitely.
You probably will be. He'll be sat at home. He'll be on the Magic Cafe every night having a look at the latest trick.
I wonder what his username would be.
Is there anything else you want to show us, Adam?
Yeah, is it? Yeah, so
I'll steer away from the books for a moment and show one of the packet tricks, and then we'll talk a little bit about it, like where the inspiration for it came. So it's to do with cards. So Andy, I'll try with you. Is that okay?
Oh, can you still hear me? Yeah,
I can hear you, mate. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So whatever you name, can you see this? Can you see the cat?
No, move them back to you.
Yeah, move them towards yourself.
Perfect.
There we go. Super.
Wonderful. I am a little bit slow when it comes to technology. Sorry, this is all new to me.
Makes two of us.
Okay, so whatever you name is what we will use. Okay, so obviously we have black cards and we have red cards. Do you want to use the black cards or the red cards?
Could we use red, please?
We can. So in the red cards, obviously we have hearts and we have diamonds. So would you like to use the hearts or the diamonds?
Oh, could I use diamonds, please?
You can indeed. And then all I want you to do is to name a number between 1 and 10 for me.
Let's go 8.
The 8 of diamonds, okay. In this has been sat here the whole time. It's not a full packet. I'll be clear with you now. The packet's 1 card shy. And that's because inside this card box, there's 1 card. And to make it so clear to you, I even made it from a different card box. So it's got a blue back. There's nothing else in there, but the 1 card is the 8 of diamonds.
Oh, now.
That's brilliant.
Thank you.
That is.
You should have opened up with that earlier on. Brilliant. Wow. So that's like invisible deck with no deck, 1 card in a box, and that was the card you were thinking of.
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
That is amazing, Adam. That's really good.
Thank you.
Very modern. Adam, that's ridiculous. That is so good.
Adam, you've fried my brain. Absolutely. Because I can't even sort of backtrack. Because there's no thought. Because you said whatever you choose, we'll use.
Yeah.
So there's no.
Say that again. Are you drinking out of a vase?
No, it's one of them new. Yeah, it's a NutriBullet cup. Because I drink copious amounts of water every day, so I drink about 3 of these. It must be about 3 liters.
It's more than that.
You just took the flowers out.
You've given me a complex now.
Right, Adam, that trick is absolutely phenomenal. That's you've got a deal on this. This is the Hullabaloo.
Yeah, that's called the Hullabaloo deck.
Okay.
Which is here, Hullabaloo deck, and the deal is I normally sell that at £15.
Okay.
And this is one called Eye Candy. Sort of get the impression of you probably know what the theme of the effect is. And I normally sell that for £15. I'll show you that in a moment as well.
Okay.
So, but I'll happily do the 2 for £20. So instead of it being £30, it's 2 for £20. And if it's I'm happy, like Mark said the other week, if it's UK postage, I'm happy to cover the cost of postage. Obviously, if it's abroad, I'll sort of work something out. I know you have some viewers from overseas.
Yeah. So Luke Morgan is asking, how much is that? Just to be clear, Luke, this is a bundle deal that Adam's put together. It's the Hullabaloo deck. That's one of the tricks you just saw. And Eye Candy. And that is basically £20 for the 2 routines.
I mean,
for the 2 effects, yeah.
That,
it comes with, yes,
there's no words.
It's good, isn't it? Did you want to demonstrate Eye Candy? It's up to you.
I will, mate. Okay.
So for anybody who's watching, this is Adam's Eye Candy. This is also a part of his bundle. I'll bring the bundle deal back on in a moment, but I'll leave it to you, Adam.
Yeah, of course. I'm trying to get it so that you can see the envelopes.
Yeah. Shall we go to the large screen for Adam?
So this is Joel, I'll do this with you, mate. So this is again to do with choices. So can you name any playing card for me, Joel?
Any card?
Any card.
Queen of Spades.
Queen of Spades, thank you. Okay.
Any card.
So we have 2 envelopes here as well, yeah? So
yeah.
So would you like to, so help me to eliminate first of all. So name A or B. We've got A and B.
A.
Okay, so there's no funny moves. That is what we eliminate. So we've got an envelope here. Inside there is a piece of card. On that piece of card is the number 3. Yes?
Okay.
You can see that.
Yeah.
But that's not all. There's also another piece of card, and that's got the number 7 on. Other than that, it's completely empty.
Right.
So if I put them side by side, it can form the number 37.
Yeah.
You could do all the counting if you were here.
Okay.
But we're going to count down to 37. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So the cards, the envelopes have been there all the time, yes? And you could have named any card. That 37 takes us right to this card here. If you were here, you could have done all the counting yourself, but that card is the Queen of Spades.
Queen of Spades. That is really good.
That is...
Wow.
Thank you.
Adam, my other half has just walked into the room, saw my face and started laughing at me.
Right.
You never lost for words.
I'm not often speechless.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
He can't even remember how to talk, Adam.
the magician part of my brain's going, but how did he force the number? And how did he... But he didn't force the card because she's...
I know, and that is the only number it could have been because of 3773.
Yeah, it's not
3.
That is so good.
And I'm here, and I've got a deck of cards here. Joel just cut the cards and looked at the card. So...
All right, that's how he selected.
That's how he selected
I
the
just picked a
card.
random card up with the cards Adam was twiddling with earlier. That's absolutely amazing. Amazing. What's that called? That's eye candy.
That's eye candy. Yeah.
How many of these have you got available?
Made up, I've got 5 of each, but if there's interest in it, I'm happy to obviously make some more. Like if I've got a couple of it comes with a packet of playing cards in bicycle form, and then it comes with both of them come with like a 15-20 page booklet.
Okay.
So I've still got a few of the booklets left, but I've got as a final product, I've got 5 of each. So that would be like 5 bundles. But then I have the capacity to just order some more, so I was happy to do that. But I would let them know that there might be like a week wait or something. But I do have some ready to go.
What we're saying is first come, first served, and the first 5 will get them by the end of the week. If not, they can wait a week or so.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right.
That must have sold out already.
I know. I mean, I genuinely can't. Yeah,
it's brilliant.
I mean, the first one,
any card.
It was what you're going to use. Choose what we're going to use. Choose what and every time.
Brilliant, Adam.
Adam,
thank you, mate.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was popular. Obviously when I go to Blackpool, I only do like quite small scale, like sort of not quite on the level like the level that you guys have your stall. But that was something like I made. I think I made a dozen of each just to take with me, and it was something that by the end of the first day, I was like, I wish I'd have made another 30 of these, because I could have sort of everybody I showed it to was like pretty much wanting to buy it.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, especially for even now, because it's that has been as impactful as any effect I've seen. Real life.
Yeah. It's I would say that's better than the Svengali. Is that the one we're talking about, sir?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like as far as gimmick decks go. I mean,
but it didn't even touch the deck.
I know.
It just went in the box and it was there.
Well, that's what I mean. It's better than.
I'll go make a
reason why I say
Svengali. You used to have a chat and all.
The only reason why I'm saying better than Svengali deck is because obviously that is a card reversed in the deck, but that is. And it's a different colour. Oh no!
No, the Svengali is just long and short.
Sorry.
You're thinking of the brainwave deck when it's a different colour.
Yeah. And you've just named the card. It's a character box, and that's it. It's just.
Was that Di Vernon that invented the brainwave deck?
Sorry.
We're
having technical issues. For some reason,
we're back on.
I think it were our enthusiasm, and Joel was hitting the table. It's not the camera.
It was my telekinesis, I think.
Is that what it was?
It's very
because you insulted my vows.
Probably was. Right. You get that leg. Super. There we go. You see, you won't get this anywhere else. This is because it's live.
We're on.
There we go. Let's do that. How's that?
We're back.
Oh, we're back. There you go. You saw our legs for a second there. We do have legs.
Right. Luke Morgan says that your trick should be on Penn and Teller's Fool Us.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't.
No, we wouldn't figure that out.
No.
We wouldn't figure that out.
I don't think. Oh. Anyway, Harry Robson says hello, Adam.
Hi, Harry. When we went to Harrogate, I did the Northern. I had a dealer stall at the Northern Magic Summit for back in last year sometime for the Northern Magic Circle, and they don't have a lot of delegates, and they didn't have a lot of dealers, and it was literally just me, Harry, and Vinny Sagoo sat in a room for 2 days. I don't think it. I think we took I don't even think we took 100 quid between us. We just just sat there listening, having a laugh with Harry. Yeah, I got to know Harry well. Yeah, hiya, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Dean, we should fire the cameraman. Yeah. The tripod. I don't know what it just fell off the table.
No idea what happened.
Yeah. Anyway,
Spirits.
it's spirits. Oh, not enough of them. I need more. Yeah, that honestly, it keeps running through me. I keep running through my brain, so I'm going, right, okay. What if I'd have said hearts? I don't know. Anyway, Adam, you stumped me.
Yeah.
Gideon says they are two super strong tricks and his mind is blown.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Gideon.
Is there anything else you want to show us? Do you want to show us any more tricks?
Yeah, have you got anything? I mean, I don't even know if I can come up with any.
No, it's all right. Why don't we? Should we do some readings on people from home?
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a thing called a birth number. So a birth number is generated. Yes, mate.
Sorry, just to say, I want to make this totally clear. So people who are watching right now, you're going to perform for them at home. Yeah.
Well, I'm going. Yeah, they'll can send. They'll need to send a message in, but yeah, we can sort of give them a. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, this is from my second book. This is well, Your Days Are Numbered. It's called. I think you've seen part of the work, Joel. But there's a thing called a birth number. A birth number is generated by if you take the day part of your birthday and adding it to the month. So if it was the 1st of January, you just add one,
Yeah.
It'd be 2.
Do we need a calculator?
No, well, the people at home do. Yeah, sorry, yeah. If you can grab your mobile phone, the people at home, if you can access the calculator. So we're not going to make a birth number. There's also a thing called a pseudo birth number. A pseudo birth number is created by taking the day part of your birthday and dividing it by the month. So, for example, the 11th of July, you'd enter 11, and you divide it by 7 because July is the 7th month, and press equals.
Yeah.
Decimal numbers, because a decimal number is a more complex number and a more intricate number, you can reveal a lot more information about somebody if it leaves a decimal answer. So if you left a whole number, I'm sorry, we're not going to do anything with you, but if you've got a decimal answer after doing it, after entering the day part and dividing it by the month, message it in. So everything that's on your screen, so the whole number, the decimal point, and then all the numbers after the decimal point as well.
So Joel's going to do his as well. So Joel's going to do his now. So basically what you've asked them to do is take the day. So my birthday is the 11th of July. So I would take the 11th, which is my day, and the month, which is 7, and I would divide 11 by
11 by 7. Yeah, that's exactly it.
I divide 11 by 7.
Yeah.
And then you want them to put that whole number in the comment.
Send in the answer, including the whole number, the decimal point, and then all of the decimal numbers. If there might just be one, or there might be.
We've got some already.
Yeah, we've got some already. Oh, we've got 2, 3. Yeah.
Read one out for me. My eyes are awful. I'm like Mr. Magoo. So.
Okay. So we'll do the first one that came through. So it's 1.
What's this person's name, sorry?
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah.
1, 2.
It's 1.333 recurring.
Okay, very good. And is there another couple? Did you say? We'll make a list to start with.
Real workers.
What's sorry?
414.
So this is Joel's. So Joel.
Oh right, yeah.
4.1 428 5714.
Okay, 4.14285714 or something like that, yeah?
Yeah. We've got 1.1.
Right?
Yeah.
Whose is that? Is that another?
So that's Claire.
Yeah.
1.1.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got more. We've got Timothy.
Yeah.
1.555. Oh, hang on. How many fives? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1.57 times. So 5 sevens. 1.55555556.
Okay, well, let's start with let's start with Tim then. We're at the bottom there, and we'll pick up. So first of all, looking at that number, the fact that there's a recurring number, in this instance usually points to somebody who repeats habits. So often, if they go into a restaurant and things, they'll possibly buy the same thing that they did last time because they don't want to buy something else and then spoil the experience. The fact that it's 0.5, a 0.5 is half. So I'm looking at this and thinking, is this somebody who's half full or half empty? And I would say it's neither. In fact, Tim probably was against stereotypical labels. He doesn't like that sort of thing. I'd probably say, so he's good at changing his character to fit in with social situations. And I would probably say, I'm seeing the colour white. So Tim will probably be a Virgo, I think. And I think his birthday's on 14th of September. I think the date of 14th of September is stands out to me for Tim.
Timothy, if that's correct, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have, so Joelle, you've thought of a date. Oh, well, we can't do yours, mate, because it's today, and you've entered to say what your actual is.
I just wanted to make sure my number would have been right.
All right, okay.
What about Claire?
Was that the one that was 1.1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't know anything. You couldn't know anything.
What's that, mate? Well, there's two dates. So
Timothy said you bang on.
All true.
Brilliant.
Timothy said, yeah, all true.
Excellent. So Claire, let me write Claire in because I wrote Joelle again. Is Claire a Libra? Ask Claire if she's a Libra.
She is a Libra. Yeah.
Is she? Yeah. And it'll be, so it's good. I would probably say that Claire is very good at looking out for the outcast or the person that society says is different. She cares a lot about that person. I would also.
Cheers for that. That's my missus.
All right. 11th, is she born on the 11th of October?
Yeah, 11th of October. It is, yeah.
And he's the outcast.
That's
good, Adam.
Yeah, cheers, Adam. That's all from Adam this evening.
Well done. Was there another one?
Go on, mate.
Oh, dear.
Do you want more? Do you want another number?
Yes, there's another one there.
13.00.
Okay, I'm not sure. Is there another one after that as well, mate?
Yeah, Dean Duggan is 2.5.
So David is the 13.00 and Dean is the 2.5.
Okay.
Don't laugh, Luke. It's not funny. I'm an outcast. Nobody loves me. Apart from Claire, she's a 1.1.
Is Dean a Libra as well? Do you know if is Dean?
Dean, are you a Libra?
We're just waiting. We're just waiting on him responding.
He'll let us know in half an hour. Don't worry.
So, are you working these out in your head?
Yeah. Yeah, all I've got here is it's just a whiteboard. It's not even like cribbed or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just I remember I sat down, I came up with the idea and I thought what I wanted in my head of what I wanted to appear as. And then I just literally wrote all of the numbers for all of like the whole year onto an Excel database and just looked for patterns and started noticing that there was absolutely copious amounts of them.
Really?
And then, and because I remember the first year. What's that, mate?
Dean has responded. Sorry to interrupt, but Dean's responded. And what did you say you think he is?
Oh,
A Libra?
No, it's
He's not. He's not.
no, it's not. He's Scorpio. Sorry, he'd probably have a stink. He's probably the sort of person. If somebody offended his family, I'd probably affect that would affect him more. If somebody did something to one, what's that?
He's a Leo.
Is he? All right. Sorry. Apologies. Apologies.
I know what the problem was.
What's that?
Dean wasn't concentrating enough.
That bit blame him. But yeah, no, it's something that I remember in the first year at Blackpool. I was working with you, Joe. We did the Tadar store together, and I remember saying to you, I don't quite know where it came from. I think it might have come from the aliens or somewhere. When I was like, when I was talking about the system, I was just like, I don't quite know where this has come from. It's like, although I've wrote it all, but it was,
yeah.
But I don't like. That's why I don't like the concept of when people say. It's probably the worst is in churches when people say, "Oh, you have to say it's tricks. You have to say it's tricks and stuff like that." And I really have a problem with that. I see that as really degrading. And there are some clever tricks and like things like, say, for example, the silver snack, like the coin that you bite, and it's that's a trick coin, obviously. But with a lot of, I see it a little bit like just to sort of dismiss it all as tricks is not that I'm labeling myself as a concert pianist. I can't play a note, but it's almost like going up to a concert pianist and saying, "Oh, you don't have to play a good tune," or saying to like Shakespeare, or you write a mean story. It's like, no, it's not tricks. Like to sort of like to use memory techniques and things like that. It's it's so it downplays it, doesn't it? And it
does. And I think because when you play a piano or when you write a story, you can almost show the method of it all. So you can say, right, well, I put 100 hours into just this finger movement to get this chord right. Whereas when we're doing it, we're not showing the process of it. We're just showing the outcome of it. So I think if we said to somebody, this is how I did it, I spent 20 hours learning this process and then I spent another 6 months putting this together, I think they would appreciate it a bit more. But because what they see is over in a minute, it's almost like, it's a trick.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes we can throw it away too much sometimes.
Like some of the number systems in my book, they're not that hard to do because all the hard work's been done. I've done all the hard work in developing it, like developing that number system. But like some things I've spent, it took me 10 years to perfect and get to that level. I remember when Joel said at the beginning, or sometimes I'll take existing things and like to work on them. I had a real fascination with the number reversal effect. Banachek's got it in his Psychological Subtleties that if you have any number, reverse it and take the smaller from the larger, in the answer, the middle digit's going to be 9 and the two end digits are going to be 9. Like if added together.
Okay.
Are you aware of that?
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, it's been used, and then then you can reverse that number and add the two together, and it becomes 1089 as well. That's in a lot of even kids' magic books, especially the 1089 part of it. But are you aware of it, Joe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a force, isn't it? 1089 force.
1089, but using that, exploring that further, and then I spent 10 years of how you could get back to their original number. So not the fact that it's 489. What's that, mate?
Can you demonstrate it?
I can. I can. Well, I'll do. Yeah, get the calculator again out for me, mate.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So, Joel.
Yep.
First of all, imagine I've handed you a dice.
Okay.
And imagine you've rolled it on the table and it's going to land on a odd number. Okay. Yeah. Think about what that number is.
Okay.
It's not the number 5, is it?
It is, yeah. Well done.
Good, excellent, well done. Now pass it across to Andy. No, the imaginary dice, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Do you want Joel to put 5 into the calculator?
No, not yet, no.
Okay.
You've got the imaginary dice, yeah? Okay, imagine rolling that onto the table for me.
Okay.
And yours has landed on an even number.
Okay.
So think about what that number is.
Yep.
You're not thinking of 2, are you?
I am thinking of 2, yeah.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. We're going to extend that now. Okay. So on your calculator there, Joel, can you enter? We'll start it off with time. Okay. Relating this to time. Time is a strange commodity. For example, we have a moment in time that we look forward to, but the moment it arrives, it's gone again. It's just like lost into the fabric of time. And seconds turn into minutes. Minutes turn into hours, and hours turn into days, weeks, and months, and then years. 1 million seconds is the equivalent of just over 12 days. And 1 billion seconds is a little under 31 years. Okay, so if we went back in time 1 billion seconds, it would take us to the 11th of August, 1989. So on your calculator, Joel,
yeah,
enter the number 11,
yeah,
08,
yeah,
89.
89?
Yeah, 11th of August, 89.
Yeah.
Yes? Can I ask you to think of any time on a 12-hour clock? Think of any time on a 12-hour clock. Don't say it, just think of one. But be specific. Yeah. Don't choose one that ends in a 0. So not like 9 o'clock or 9:10, but be very specific, like 9:17. Okay. So then press the times button, the multiply button.
Yeah.
Then enter the time that you're thinking of. So if it was 9:17, you would just enter 917.
Okay.
And then press equal. So it's brought up an answer there, yes? How many digits are in the answer? How many?
8.
Okay, so it's in the tens of millions, yes? Okay. Can you invest into this? So again, like we did before, I always need a starting point. So look at the very first of those 8 numbers. And again, add it to the last, add the 2 end numbers again for me.
Yeah.
What's that equal? What are the 2 end numbers? What do they equal?
7.
Brilliant, thank you. Look at the first 2 numbers for me. Which is the bigger number, the first one or the second number? Which is bigger, first or second number?
Second.
The second number is a bigger number, yes. Okay. So look at the first number for me, like we did before. Lie to me. What is the first number? Tell me a lie.
1.
And the second number, lie to me again. Lie to me on the second number.
4.
The third and fourth numbers, I also want you to lie. So lie to me on the third and the fourth numbers.
Third is 5.
Yes.
And the fourth is 2.
Okay. The 6th and the 7th number, you decide. You can decide to be honest, or you can decide to lie. So what's the 5th and 6th, yes?
Yeah, 1 5th and 1 6.
Okay. Again, I need to know what you sound like when you tell the truth, and I know that you're telling the truth. So look at the last 2 digits.
Yeah.
Truthfully, what are the last 2 digits?
So it's 3.
Yeah.
And then 5.
Okay. Yes, good. Okay, and so I would probably say that you would fall into, it's called the X2 category. The X2 category would be somebody who is one of your pet hates when things fall out of the cupboard on you.
Yeah.
You like things in order, don't you? When you put something down, you expect it to be there, and you really hate. So you're going to go. Although I didn't allow you to go for a number that ends in 0, it's going to be. It's not going to be. It's probably going to be 1/4 past or 1/4 to. I'm going to say 1/4 past. Did you think of 1/4 past 2?
Yeah.
2:15. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
If you look at that, I know. Well, that's like 10 years of work. That's like sort of, and if you look at the number I gave you was 11.
You didn't give me a picture.
The number at the start I wrote it was I'll write it down again. So it was the 11th of August, 1989, which is this is just an extension of 1089. Okay, that was a sham. It's not really. It's just. I think Mark Oberon calls it plausible bullshit. Okay, so it sounded like plausible, but it's not. If you went back, it is pretty much 30 years, a billion seconds, but it wouldn't take you to 11th of August.
No.
And I allowed it. The first thing I did with the dice, it's not a fluke because it's often the one thing that I've done it about 3 or 4 times, and people have thought a 5 and a 2. But in a way, I don't want it to. I don't want it to be. I want it to be a different number. So then, if when it works in this case, like that you do, you take the applause. That's what a lot of mentalism is. Different to magic is that you are allowing opportunities for things to occur. Like a lot of the time, I don't know how things are going to map out. It's not like an ambitious card that I know it's going to go in the middle and I know it's going to come to the top. I don't know. It's exciting to me because I'm like, oh, what's it going to be this time? Oh, what's it going to be? Like, just allowing opportunities to happen and then sitting back and, welcoming that. And I wanted, so I could have forced 110889. So, for example, Joelle, just clear that calculator for me.
Yeah.
So imagine I handed that dice to you.
You handed what to me? Sorry.
A dice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you roll it on the table, and it lands on an odd number. Okay, so I say to you, it's not a 5, is it? If they say no, what number could it be?
3 or a 1.
Yeah, so if it's a 1, I would say enter the number 111. So enter the number 111.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because there's 3 of us involved. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And can you press the multiply button?
Okay.
And then enter the number 999.
Okay.
That's because 9 makes 1 up to 10, and I want to keep this metric. Press equals as well.
Okay.
And you see it's arrived at that number, yes? It's arrived at the 110889, hasn't it?
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Sorry.
All right. So 111.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's going to be my starting point. But rather than just, I'd prefer it that it looks like they've had an impact in selecting that number. Clear it again for me. Clear the calculator.
Yeah.
So the only other option is 3. So enter the number 333.
Yeah.
333.
And then press the times, and then times it by 333 again.
Ah, right. Okay.
Equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that brings it to there.
So the only other option, the reason I asked you as well, Andy, is because if Joelle said, like in his case, he might have said 5, and I got a hit and a moment.
Yeah.
But you might not have thought of 2. It's good when it does because it looks like that is the effect you're going for, and it's very clean. And it's like I had a choice of 3, but I could have. How did you know? It's like sort of, but you could have thought of 4 or 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you'd have thought of 6 and Joelle had have thought of 5, I'd have said Joelle thought of 5, you thought of 4. That equals 9. enter the number 999 on your calculator, and then I'd say times it by 111, and we're back at that starting point that we want to be at. If you said 6 and Joel's sort of 5, that's 11. I would say enter 11. In fact, no, enter 111 because there's 3 of us involved. And then I would say times it by 999. So we're going to get to that starting point no matter what. But you're allowing the opportunity for things to happen. That's what I do all the time. There's a lot of there's things that happen in my act and when I'm doing things that will never happen again. But it's just allowing these moments to materialize and welcoming those moments if they do.
Yeah. So you've got such a good structure that you can almost riff with what you're doing and then get to where you've got certain points you need to get to, but everything else in between is quite.
Absolutely, yeah. I can manipulate it. And then I also have things that if all else goes belly up, I can just switch to something else. And it's not as good an effect, but it gets me out of trouble, just like you would. I've seen you do it, Joel, that sort of like you start off a 1-card trick and they haven't followed the instructions correctly or whatever, and you just switch to something else, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like I was saying to Karen, because I divulge things to you do with your partner. You're sort of like, sadly, they've lost a lot of the wonder of magic because they're just so immune to it, aren't they? But it's the audience don't have it. They haven't been given a script beforehand. They haven't read it and gone, "Oh, all right. So, this is it. He says that. That's his line. That's that." And there's the conclusion. They don't know. They haven't got a clue. So you just impromptu stuff, isn't it? It's just jamming.
No,
magic.
Really.
But the to get back to the original number, that's my work on the 1089 thing. About I usually use it with money rather than time. I forgot to do it because I've just changed it because that gives you the reason for it being metric, because money is metric. So I just tell nonsense. For it, I feel bad because I'm a Christian and I tell so many lies.
But they're all for entertainment purposes. You're okay.
I know. Yeah. It's like an actor, isn't it, going into role?
Yeah, of course it is. So that work, is that in one of your books then? The work on that?
Yeah. It's here. It's the first one. It's called the Fair and Square Principle.
Okay.
So that took, using 1089 took me 10 years to finalize it. I had it to about 80% accurate, but then for the last part of it, when I got it, it was like, I don't drink, but if I had, I'd have opened champagne because it was like, oh, I'm there, I've got it. And then, but then I worked another method by just reversing it, and I did that in half an hour. Just came to me. I was sat. My daughter had a big heart operation, and I was sat at her bedside, and I wrote it in half an hour.
God.
Yeah.
Is in that book, Adam? Has it got Star Trek in it?
Yeah, that's in this one, isn't it? Yeah, that's in this one. That's one. That's due to be released. It's stalled a little bit, obviously, because of the whole the coronavirus thing. But that's one that I was doing with Penguin as a standalone effect, the Star Trek, and that's one.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Oberon's a good friend of mine. He's wrote the introduction to this, but he uses Star Trek all the time in his act. It's got it's cramped full. There's a nice card, named card in envelope. There's Star Trek, which is a birthday star sign, revelation, which has got a lot of good comments by a lot of people. There's a gimmick calculator, which I'd have invented. If I'd have invented it 25 years ago, it'd have made me a fortune. But calculators are obsolete now. It's like a peak calculator, but and there's a few card tricks and stuff like that. So.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant book, Adam. It's absolutely brilliant.
I mean, the stuff you showed us this evening, I mean, just unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a question actually. This is from Luke Morgan. Do you have any ways to force a number on the calculator that you could show us? Don't feel pressured if you can't think of anything.
No, of course. Well, yeah. The simplest one is, so if you 37, not the one when it's like but on a calculator, yeah, if you have any single digit number, so if you said 1, you would say, usually I do it with 3 people, so there's me, somebody to call a number out, and somebody with a calculator. They say a number, so the number 1, I would say, okay, you get a number 1, and because you're involved, you can have a number 1, and I'm involved, it's my show, I'll get a number 1. So that's 111, 111.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll work out the sum of those numbers. Just means to add them together. So 1 add 1 add 1 is 3, and we'll divide it. So 111 divided by 3, and that will equal 37, and it always does. So 222 divided by 6 equals 37. 333 divided by 9 equals 37. 444 divided by 12 equals 37. So, and then you can take it. That's something that was in Harry Lorraine's book. I first came across that, but I've extended that, so I do it now with so you can also make, this is in this book as well. This is it's called A Routine Involving Mathematical Oddities, but then I do it so somebody names a 2-digit number, so they might say 15. So I put 15 for you, 15 for you, and a 15 for me. So that gives us 151,515. And again, we'll work out the sum. So 15 add 15 is 30. Add another 15 is 45. And that's always going to be 3,367. So I made it like a concertina card. So when I turn it round for the first 37, and then and you see it, but it's like one of the sides is folded up like a concertina, so it still looks like a card. And I'll turn it around and go 37, and then let's do a 2-digit number. So name a 2-digit number, 15, and then we work it all out, and then I say, let's just see if it gets to 37 again. Oh, it doesn't. What does it equal? 3,367. Oh, it just needs a slight adjustment, and it gives us, and then it extends out. And then you can do it even further that with a 3-digit number, and that makes 333,667 if you want it. So I hope that helps to the person who asked the question.
Yeah, it does. He says, wow, thank you. That's from Luke. So thank you for asking.
Oh, pleasure.
Those are, I mean, just being able to, you could do the most amazing, I'm sorry, brain's going, I'm like, just being able to force that number so easily.
And all of these.
So let me do one more thing, because this is something I really, and it's like incorporated. I've always wanted thought of cards and things like that. So Joelle, or Andy, I'll try it with you, mate, because I haven't used you in the last couple of times. Andy, can I ask you, think of any playing card? Just think of one.
Any playing card?
Yeah, not Jack, Queen, or King, because I don't want you to go away and think, but that's what everybody always goes for. So think of a more obscure card.
I've got one. Yeah, I'm thinking of it. Yep.
Just take Joelle's calculator.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I want you to enter the value. So if it's a 2, enter the number 2.
Okay. Yeah.
And then alongside it, so it becomes like a 2-digit number, I want you to enter the number for the suit out of one of these numbers. So don't do it until I've finished, okay? But if it's a club, enter the number 1. If it's a heart, enter 2. If it's a spade, enter 3. Or if it's a diamond, enter 4.
Okay.
So you go through that again?
Yep.
You got that? Yep.
Yep. I've got a 2-digit number now.
That's right. Now press the multiply button.
Yeah.
Now what I want you to do is to think of the card that is exactly the same suit as the first one, but the value of it is 1 more. So if it was the 8 of clubs, you'd now think of the 2 of clubs.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Enter the value after you've pressed times the first time. Now enter the value of that card.
Okay. Yeah.
And the number for the suit again. So clubs 1, hearts
Yeah.
2, spades 3, diamonds 4.
Yeah.
And then press
done that.
equal. Okay, so it's probably. Have you got a 4-digit answer?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, like we did before with Joel, investing into it. Add the first and the last digits together.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the total of those?
12.
Okay. Just concentrate on the very last digit, the one at the end. Is that an even number?
No.
No. Okay. Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Start at ace. Read from ace through to 10 out loud for me.
Okay. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, now focus your attention back onto your calculator screen. Are the numbers on your screen, are they 3339? And you're thinking of the 5 and the 6 of spades, yes?
Yep.
Thank you.
That. Oh, Adam. Adam.
Absolutely brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
That
Thank you. That's called My Thoughts, exactly. That's in my third book. Yeah. All the things with things that can be done over the telephone, like that's like a very much a long distance effect, and the thing with the there's birthday revelations as well. There's also some overlapping work in here of the 1089 as well. So that's all in the red one. Like there is physical things as in like there's a couple of card effects and there's a nice roulette wheel prediction in there using a thing called a cyclic number. Okay, so you can make like a circle on a cardboard. The number 117-647-0588-235-294 is around this wheel. That's called a cyclic number. So if you times that number by, say, like a number on a dice, the answer is still going to be those numbers, but it just starts in a different order, in a different place. It's still going to be that circle of numbers, if you know what I mean. So
okay, so it just starts somewhere else.
Yeah, it just starts further down on the wheel, but it still loops round to this. Like it's still going to be that circle of numbers. That's called a cyclic number. So I use that, and that's in that as a routine with a roulette wheel. But then I'm like, sort of, because this is just a, and in the effect, I would explain what it is, because it's like what you were saying before. It's interesting, like that you're saying it. This is a magic number. This is a cyclic number. But my thinking was, because this is a circle of numbers, is this usable for another wheel, which is just a circle of numbers, like a roulette wheel? And then they roll the roulette wheel, and then you've predicted it in a newspaper or something like that. So
yeah,
you've seen that, haven't you, Joe? I think you've seen me perform it.
Oh yeah, your roulette wheel prediction. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's excellent. Yeah. We've got a few comments, Adam.
Yes, mate.
Luke is basically talking about all of your magic and saying it's all so good.
Thank you, Luke.
Richie Cotton says you've got issues.
Bless you.
Says, we're all in awe. Quite amazing.
Thank you.
So well done.
Well, that's very kind for you. Thank you, everybody.
No, well deserved, Adam. I mean, the work you've put into it, like you said, just that one principle, you spent 10 years working on the 1108 number. 10 years, and you know, it's
and I'm still not fully happy with it though. I'm happy with the principle, but I'm just not happy. I'm not happy with how you gain the information. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but it's my life. This is what I do. This is, although I work in a primary school, but I just do 2 days a week in a primary school. But this, if anyone asks me what I am, this is like, I think that this is what I am, not what I do. This is what this is. This is
I know
my
what you are.
fibre of my being. Is this what I do? What am I?
You're the Carol Vorderman of the magic world.
I'm eating that cake now, and I'm taking the present back.
Keep your shoebox.
No, I'm going to give you that cake. It's nasty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolute brilliant stuff.
It is. It's
See,
super.
I think there is a trick, and I know that you're refraining to perform it, and it's in your book, and it's Star Trek that I mentioned earlier on. It is, and I'm not just saying this, Adam. I've said it to you a million times. It's the best star sign reveal in the world.
Yeah,
there isn't
people
a
have.
better star sign reveal.
Thank you, mate.
But
Thank you.
You're reluctant to perform it at the moment because you know Penguin are about to release it.
Yeah.
But
well,
it's in your book. It's in your book bundle, and it's phenomenal. It's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been spoken highly. What, mate?
It's just a shame you can't perform it, but it's great.
Oh, I know, because that's not one that I can just do over like. You could do it over Zoom if you sent them a package beforehand. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So can I? Because I don't know what it is. Could you briefly describe it for us?
Yeah, of course. I think the beauty of Star Trek is Star Trek: The Next Revelation. It's called in its entirety. Is so you hand out 12 index cards, and on each of those cards there's like 4 statements, and those 4 statements you say to that person are applicable to somebody of that star sign. So they go through all the cards until they can shuffle them. They go through until they get to their star sign. You could do it blindfolded or turned away, and they read out the 4 statements that are applicable to their star sign. And at the end of it, you say to them, "And how accurate do you think that is?" And it's Barnum statements, if you know what I mean. And then you mix them up again until you get to a different star sign that's not yours, and they do. And then you say, "Read out those 4 statements," and they do. And it's the exact same 4 statements again. And then you say, in fact, all of them have got the same 4 statements on. And they look through and they've all got exactly the same 4 statements on. But there's something in that that's allowed you to learn their star sign.
Oh, right.
And the beauty of it is the beauty of it is because you are almost poo-pooing star sign reveals to gain the information. Like I would do that and saying, I would then say they're all the same. And that's how star signs work, because we all have the same insecurities and wants. You know, we all want to be liked and admired just for being ourselves. And then I would take it on and say, give a little bit of a reading and then reveal their star sign. Yeah.
And so that's the way you describe it. The way I would describe it as somebody who's seen it performed on somebody is the way I see it is this. You give somebody some cards.
Yeah.
You ask them to think of their star sign, right? They'll look through and find their star sign, and they read the reading aloud.
Yeah.
Right. Like Adam said, you say, "Does that sound like you?" And they'll say, "Yeah, I guess so." You say, "Well, have a look at the other ones," and they look at all the other ones, and they're all actually identical to that one.
Okay.
So all 12 readings are the same.
So even if somebody thought, "Oh, well, he's just memorised what it says on each one,"
they're all actually identical.
Right.
So you didn't learn what their star sign is from what they've read to you, although that's all they've read to you. And then you can then poo-poo their star sign reading, and then you tell them what their star sign is. Is that right?
Well, that's right. Well, you made the video for my book, which is on my website, and there's a couple of versions of it being performed there, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
For the Out of My Mind video, which you made.
We've got a couple of questions. This is about the cost of your shipping. Barry Glassner is asking, how much should I add for the shipping bundle to the USA?
Is it okay if he just sends me an email and I'll check out how much it would cost, and then we'll sort of meet halfway on it, if that's okay?
Yeah. I've just asked him which bundle he'd be interested in, because obviously it's going to be more for the books than the cards.
We'll know
Yeah.
the price.
Yeah, we should. I mean,
we can help you with a price now, Adam, if you want.
with a large sort of parcel, you're looking to the States, signed and tracked. It's about £10, give or take. Might be just under, might be just over.
Yes. So if you pops an extra £5 on, and then I'll pay the other £5.
Oh, Adam, that's really nice of you.
That's all right. I appreciate the people being interested in my work, because it's like a bit of a niche within a niche. My work, I get a real thrill when people like show an interest in it. I remember when I was at Blackpool, this Hungarian gentleman came up who'd bought my 2 previous books, and he bought my 3rd one, but he proceeded to perform one of my effects on me. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, and he worked on it himself. And I was just elated to see it. And I was like, wow. It was like the highlight of my weekend.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. If you're spending 10 years working on these and developing them, and like you said, you're not even happy with it after 10 years, for somebody to go away, learn it, and then come and show you, I can imagine. Brilliant. It is. I mean,
Barry's asking if there's another bundle. There is. I've just put that on for you now. There's a Hullabaloo deck, which is a brilliant routine. If you go right back to the beginning, you'll see a performance of the Hullabaloo deck performed on Andy and then Eye Candy. And that's both of them, the 2 packet tricks, and they're £20. So I guess just add the 2 digits together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was Joel working his maths. That took him 10 minutes.
And there's a prediction behind me, believe it or not. We've got another question. Caroline is asking, this is an interesting question from Caroline. She's asking, what is the title? Now, I've got a rough idea of what this would be, and I think it will differ from you, Adam, but Caroline is asking, what is the title of what you do?
I would say I am a mathematical illusionist. I would say, if I was to sort of pitch it like Darren does, I would say, so I use mathematics, magic, and trickery to create the illusion of mind reading.
Yeah, you've practiced that.
Yeah.
I have many times in front of the mirror.
Sounded good.
6 times before I came on air tonight.
I thought you might say a math magician.
I know, because math magicians tend to be seen as somebody who wears tweed jackets with like patches on the elbows a little bit. I think it gets a little bit of a math magician gets a bit of a
jacket.
I've insulted you twice, haven't I? I've insulted your jacket, and I've said that your wife likes the Outcast. I'm terribly sorry.
I'll be honest with you. She's killing herself. She's loving this.
Has it got patches on the sleeve?
Yeah, it's got patches on the sleeve and everything.
No, I noticed you'd sent me a friend request on Facebook. I bet that's retracted when I come off air.
Not at all. Oh no, but yeah. So you a maths illusion. That's really good, that, because you could go down the whole thing of it's the universal language.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is mentalism, really. It's like, it's not mental magic. It's probably quite pure mentalism. Like, I don't know what the argument is between mental magic and mentalism, but there is one there. But it is. I am a mentalist. Although I'm not going to get many kids' parties saying that I'm a mentalist, but yeah, well, started off as a magician, but just changed.
Yeah. Do you still do card effects and things like that in your show, or is it sort of a lot of the psychological?
In your theatre show, Adam, when you travelled around with that show, it was all purely mind magic, but and magic with numbers. But it never come across as a number-based thing. People walked away actually saying, because I helped with the video, people were saying, "You've read my mind. You was in my mind. Everything that I was thinking of, he told me what I was thinking." And you know, and they're generally the reaction to the game.
That almost answers the question of what I call myself, because that show was called Savant, and I almost do like to sort of try and depict myself as an autistic savant, like a savantism, that I'm doing things.
Yeah.
That's like my,
and that
that's a disclaimer almost. Like, if I don't want to say, oh, it's like I said, I don't want to call it tricks, and I don't want to claim that I'm. Well, sometimes I don't say I'm not paranormal, because paranormal just means beyond normal, and it's not normal for people to do this. So it is paranormal, but I would also, but it's the kind of disclaimer is just to say it's a bit like savantism, like and it feeds into that. I think I am partly autistic. Like I have like I can be quite obsessive, but I can steer that obsessiveness into creating.
Yeah. I think we all kind of are in this sort of industry, because you've got to obsess over that move or that number or that slight or that some obsess over like a card at any number or something like that, and that's all they're obsessed with. So I think
I guess we become specialised in a little area.
Well, I've done a lot of work on a card at any number, and I've wrote numerous ones. But I've also obsessed on the birthday revelation, because I can't think of. You can't really reveal much more thing personal to somebody than the day they were born.
Yeah,
like it's pretty much the most personal thing that you can reveal.
Yeah.
So, and I look at somebody like, say, like Shooter Gower, who you watch him and you think he's obviously dedicated his life and his to, and sit like Shooter Gower and Shin Lim as well, people like that. They've like sort of, this is their life into the dexterity it takes to perform. But I do the same thing, but with my mind, and I'd have to sit there if I need to learn a 16-digit number and commit it to my mind, like that one for the loop of numbers. That's just there, if you know what I mean. And it makes it spontaneous and impromptu that I can always perform. I don't have to have anything on me. I can just. Everyone's got a calculator in the pocket, if you know what I mean, and I can work with that.
You've also got a few number tricks as well, in the sense of not magic tricks, but you remember people's phone numbers. Because when we've been in a room together and there have been people there, you'll be able to tell everybody what their mobile numbers are.
Yeah, just from like looking at it, but also even like the to do things. It's got like sort of it's amusing, but like if you can just say to people, name a number. What's that?
Comment of the day.
What does it say?
Caroline said you're a mathematical illusionist. She said that's better. And then she then corrected the spelling, and because you obsess over numbers, she said, I obsess over spelling. That is why I'm so bothered about my typo.
Yeah, my mother's the same. My mother's like really picky about English. My mum's the sort of person who goes and rubs out apostrophes on greengrocer's boards when it says apple. Apostrophe.
It's but so sorry, what were you going to show us? What were you?
Oh yeah,
so about the telephone numbers.
Yeah, but like say like sort of you're taking numbers off people, and people are just sort of throwing numbers out, and 5, 2, 1, 6, 5. So even just to read numbers, like sort of like people just say numbers, and then you could be like, so it goes 1,000, so it's 1,000, sorry, 100,000, just to like read the numbers. So that'd be like 354,216,563. But to be able to do that with like mega long numbers, where you've got like sort of 30 numbers, and then you look at it and go, okay, yeah, so that number is 24 quintillion, 324 quadrillion, 227 trillion, 421 billion, 147 million, 221,385. Like it's not the height of excitement, but just like I just sometimes that's like it's just adding quirky things into like performance, doesn't it? And it shows that you're a master of your art. Like it's a bit like like if you're a card technician and you do like your riffle shuffles, if you came out and started spilling cards everywhere, it's like it's already taken away from the performance. But you come out and you show that you are in control of your material. And it's the same with this, you know, you don't, I can't be coming out and going, 8 add 4 is, you know, you've got to be on top of it. And you've got to be, if you claim to be doing what I'm claiming to be doing, you've got to look like you can.
Nimble with numbers.
What, mate?
Nimble with numbers.
I like that. Alliteration.
Thanks. I'm also obsessed with words.
No.
So I'm going to have to be rude. I've only got about 5 minutes, because I've got to make my. I have to make
I've got one quick question, and then we'll let you go. So, when you're remembering all these things, do you have a technique to remember them, or is it just you can look at the numbers and?
Yeah, over time, I do use sort of just your standard mnemonic. So if you looked in like Corinda's, it's like number word replacement. So like gun, shoe, flea, saw, hive, tricks, heaven gate, line, pen, endeavour, shelf, skirting. So that's 1 to 13, but with words that replace the numbers. There's actually, in this book, there's a memorized deck called the mesmerized deck, but using that principle. So so for example, if it was 8 or something like that, 8, if it's the 8 of spades and you want to know whether the 8 of spades, forgetting the suit for the time being, but 8, the word for 8 is late because it sounds like 8. That's a mnemonic word, late. And I just think of Cinderella because she was late, and she was late at 12 o'clock. When it got to 12 o'clock, she was late. So the 8 is at the 12th position. So it's just using that.
Okay.
Word
association, isn't it? So,
that's right. And, or for example, I use bun. Bun is like into the replacement for 1, but in bun, which is an ace because it's 1, but that's a bun is 13 in a baker's dozen. So the aces are at 13 position, or at intervals of, so 13, 26, 39, 52. Or the 6 is on 2. So the second one, so 2, I use the word spew, and that's another word for 6. So the 2s are at 6, if you know what I mean. So the 2 is at the 6th position. So your brain is designed to remember in pictures. Numbers are very hard to remember. You don't remember it, but your brain, that's how it operates. It remembers things. You remember memories in pictures. So the principle of mnemonics is to turn the number into a picture. That's when you build stories and things like that.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we'll let you go. Thank you ever so, Adam.
Cheers.
It's been a
last thing I've wrote it down. There was a time when I was working in schools, and I used to do a thing. It was like a boxed noughts and crosses board, and I used to numbered 1, 2, 3 across the top, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'd get them to move a coin around. It's like the locked room mystery. It's in like a Cal Fulvers book, but they move it around, and you're telling them to cross out certain rooms, and you can guide them to safety because they can't move diagonally, so you can mathematically work it. But it looks like it looks like when I tell them to cross a room out, I just say it's exploded and go and cross it out, and they cross it out, but they're going, oh, because it looks like they've just missed. But I remember in a school, and it got to the very last one, and I said, and I'd like performed for them, and they were already like dead wary of me. And I went, and the last room to go is, and just as I pursed my lips, this massive clap of thunder just went boom above the school. It's like all the kids were just like, "Oh my word, he controls the weather." It was unreal. We all have those things, don't we? When sort of like coincidences and stuff.
Yeah, it's that just it's like you said, you make the most of it when it happens. I mean, That was amazing. You're like, it's God of Thunder.
Oh.
But even like with numbers and stuff like that, but seeing patterns. I remember. Do you remember the bus that used to go from Barrett to Kendal, Joel?
Yeah.
It's called the X35.
X35. Yeah.
And I sat on it one day and I was like looking at it and I was like, it says sex upside down. And I was like, it says sex upside down, but like I'm on my own. But I was just like sat there thinking, I need to tell somebody. And I was like looking at this woman next to me and I was like, wouldn't it be rude to go up and go, look at that, it says sex upside down. But I told that
to me. You text me as you started it.
But I told another friend as well, and he got the wrong stick, and he said, "Oh," and he texted me back and said, "Oh, that's brilliant that it says sex in the mirror." And I went, "No, it says it upside down." And then I was like, "X32 would say sex in the mirror." So then that was my life's mission. I needed to find the X32, and then we were driving around the lakes about 2 years ago, and there was a bus that took people to museums in the Lake District, and that was the X32M. So that was sex when you look in the mirror.
Before you go, I know you need to go, Adam. We've got a quick question, and it's Jimmy Willis asking if there's a bundle for all of the items together.
So the books and the tricks.
Yeah, I could do. Well, I could do it for 60. Yeah, definitely. Then you start to save an extra tenner as well, if that's all right. I can't really do a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, like you say, you supply the cards with it. So I mean, a pack of bicycle cards are what, £4 now?
Oh yeah.
So so
and books
and the books,
So there we go. There's an everything bundle for £60.
Yeah. And you did say earlier you've only got 5 of the card effects made up at the minute. You can get more, obviously, but if people want them quicker, get your orders in within the first 5.
6 of this book as well. The white book, I've only got 6. So obviously, once they've gone, I'm not at the moment. I can't really sort of get any more printed out in there. I'd have to go through me publishers and printers, so that could take like I don't know. You could be talking a month, and so it has to just be first comes first served. Sorry.
No, don't apologise. Don't apologise.
I recommend it as well. It's brilliant.
It would probably be easier if people like contacted me via email first, and I can sort of make sure I've got the stock, and then like I don't just so people will buy things, and I've got to go back and doing refunds and things.
Of course.
But I appreciate everyone's support. And they're interested. It's excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. No, everybody's been amazed, and I've been gobsmacked. So I mean, that's
that's a rarity.
It's a rarity. So thank you so much, Adam. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see you in February.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's hope so. Have you guys booked your stall yet? I'm just holding fire because I don't know what's happening.
We'll hang on and see what happens.
Yeah, we've put his name down and we've filled the things out, but I think everybody's doing the same, just waiting to see what happens, really.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, take care, guys. Thanks very much for your invite, and enjoy the rest of your birthday, Joe.
Thank you. Cheers, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Enjoy your week, Adam. Speak to you soon.
Bye. That was good, wasn't it?
How good was that?
Yeah, brilliant.
That was just... If you didn't watch the card effects and you're with us now, go back, watch the card effects, because I can't believe how clean that was. Both of them.
Yeah.
Just
amazing. Like, I would say I know the methods.
Do you?
Yeah, I know the methods.
Right.
Because I've worked.
We're going to go in a minute because I need to know. I need to find out how it does it.
Bundle.
I'm going to buy the bundle because he's only 5. I'm like, so thank you for watching again. Thank you for sticking with us. Hope you're enjoying it as normal. I don't think we've got a guest for next week, have we? We've not got a guest for next week. We've not got anybody lined up. So if you do want to see somebody in particular, let us know. Get us in touch with them if you know them. If you don't, let us know. We'll try and get in touch, and hopefully we'll have one. But what we might do is we might jam an idea out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So if there's any ideas that you want us to jam out or anything like that, or you're working on, or I mean, it might be worth looking at something number wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Maybe something with that number prediction for 37. That'd be good.
Yeah. That was around about 1 hour and 40 minutes into the video.
What was that?
The number prediction.
The number prediction.
So if anybody wants to come up with something with a number prediction, we can have a play around with that as well.
Yeah. I mean, what we might do is, because I remember what the number prediction was, I might stick it up on the Facebook on our page and just go, this is the number prediction, and let's see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got a few ideas already about what we can do and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
There's a lot we could do. Book tests.
But yeah, I mean,
receipt, like people's receipts become predictions.
Yeah. I mean, imagine getting a book, getting those numbers and going, right, go to that number in the book. So you're always going to know it's going to be 37.
Yeah.
You go to that page and then, Yeah.
You could go to the page and then you could go that amount of paragraphs down.
Yeah.
And then 7 words across.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then you arrive to a specific word in the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you could add the numbers together. So you could go page 37.
Yeah.
Then what we're going to do is we'll add them together. 10. We'll go 10th line down, 10th line down, 10 word in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that feels really fair. So no stealing that one. That's ours.
Adam's probably already done it.
Yeah, more than likely. So yeah. So again, I mean, it's great if you can support the creators. I mean, you saw some of the stuff; it's unreal.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. And like I said, Pete Turner would be great. Yeah, Luke, Pete Turner would be great. We'll try and reach out to him. Well, in fact, I will. I kind of know somebody that knows him actually, so I'll have a word. Yeah, okay. I'll have a word. We can do that.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Have a lovely evening. Stay safe. Stay well. Happy birthday
to me.
See you later.
Bye.